Hello, Pat Skeets here from meandmycricut.com. Today I'm doing an album share, and it's all graduation, prom. There's a few kids graduating. Everyone in the family is at that age where there's all kinds of graduations going on. Anyway, please subscribe below if you're new to my channel. It really helps. Thank you so much. I have a website, and there are design space links to copy all of these pages if you like them. So there's a link below for that, and a link to my Facebook group. I'd love it if you've joined there. Now, this page is my granddaughter's high school graduation, and it is a page kit from Creative Memories. I like using their page kits once in a while. They're quite nice. So it comes with 2 sheets, and then a third sheet which is all marked on the back. You cut it all up in the way they say, and it makes these banners, this part, these borders. It comes with a sheet of stickers as well. Now, I've used other things on the page, other embellishments that I had, these two, but this would have been with this collection. For Grad, I changed it up because I only have 2 photos on the page. They had a lot more on the way they suggested it. So it came with that background also. And a Creative Memories border punch is this book border. So I use it a lot on school pages. I love it, actually. So here's the first graduation page in a page kit, so it didn't take long at all. This is actually one of the borders that came with that collection. They're not expensive either, and you get more stickers than you need. So here's another page kit for the Grad, the same graduation, and so there she is with her mom holding her Grad certificate. And I embellished this page with some of the embellishments that came with it, but I added some. These were mine that I had. See, they would have had more photos, and I didn't. I only had the 2, so I added paper that I embossed, and this, I embossed it with a Grad hat embossing folder and inked it a bit so it shows up a little for texture. It has a border right across there. Like they tell you how to cut it up perfectly, so everything fits. And then you just place the stickers around where you'd like. I added some enamel dots to it too. So that's 2 page kits that I used. I don't use them very often, but I do like them. I bought them all. I'm going to start using them more. So, now this is from her school. This is all school related, this part. Rugby. She was on a rugby team. There she is. There she is. So this may not have been the rugby team. She was on a couple of sports, but she didn't get back to me in time, so I made it rugby. I found images to fit on this border, and then a team photo for their image for there, and it just added some. There's a ribbon, so I put a football in it. There was a rugby sign. I know she did play rugby, but I'm not sure that this is her rugby team. My bad. And then I just put a border along the top, a tag here. Easy page. Remember, you can get a design space link for any of these. Now this is her prom. After her Grad, they had a prom night, and so she was in a yellow dress, and so her boyfriend had a yellow tie and puff, and then he got her a corsage, a wrist corsage. So look at the difference in their height. It's kind of cute. Okay, so I found a blue and yellow. He's in navy suit, so I found blue and yellow paper to go with this. And this collection had these coordinates in yellow: honeycomb, a small floral, a large floral. I did honeycomb, and then a mini floral. So it all coordinated because I put some, they all coordinate. And I kept a large, a medium, and a small print. It works if you don't do double of one thing, one style rather of paper. I do have videos on how to choose paper. So when you're done this, you might want to check that out. Because I have 3 different ones. One on how to pick the right paper for your photos. Another one on how to coordinate printed papers. I think that one's really helpful. And there's another one on, I'm not sure, I can't remember, but there's 3 of them on choosing papers. And they're numbered 1, 2, 3. Anyway, that's a cute border that went along with that. Kiss, hug, kiss, hug. So I put a title, Prom Night, banners all over, and 3 clusters. Well, that's a bigger cluster. Another one and a tiny. Up there. Up here, I did the pens from Close to My Heart. Has these pens, and you just bang them like this, and they drop droplets. It's the first time I've done it, and it didn't work out too well for me, but I'm leaving it the way it is. I just let it dry. Anyway, I tried. I think I'll use stencils. It's easier for me. I'll start using those. Okay, here's Prom still. She's in yellow and her girlfriend's in pink, so I found pink and yellow paper. It's really pretty. And then, this pad, I think it's from Australia. It's just beautiful. Okay, so this paper coordinates with this, and I found this, I think it must be in the same collection. So I just added a plain, mini print of green and pink and yellow flowers, just to add some different paper types. So added a few butterflies and a title, Pretty. You didn't need to do much. It was, this I cut out. This was a diagonal pattern, so I cut this out of another sheet of paper and put it on. It was in the same collection, so that worked. Added some pink and yellow butterflies. Not much to this page. It's pretty simple because I wanted all 5x7 photos on there. Pretty girls. More Prom. So on this page I used the navy because there was so much navy in this. I wanted them to be different too. And then I used the brighter blue on top of that in a multicolored print with the pink and the yellow. There's 2 girls in pink and 1 in yellow. So I did a figure of a lady there in a long dress in the yellow because my girl's in yellow. And so I found yellow paper here, spread it across both sheets, and the blue on both sides, and a green here and there, and a tag down here with that. So I found this cute corner in Design Space, so I just put it here to fill this in. It was kind of empty. I don't like empty. And then I put a title, Prom Night, on there with a few little florals. Found a floral corner and one here, another one there. Just balancing things around the page. That's both my granddaughters. Pretty girl. One more of Prom Night. Now this photo was an 8x10 because it was the whole class, I guess, the whole graduating class. So I found this look, they're all in the same colors. It's unbelievable in such a big crowd. Almost everyone's in blue, and there's 2 girls in pink and 1 in yellow. So, oh, 1 girl's in red. Anyway, I picked a blue and green because there's so much green and blue in this photo. So I found this lovely watercolor background paper. And then I really wanted to find a floral that had pink and yellow and blue. I had a hard time, but I did find this. So I cut a piece for the top and I cut a piece for the bottom. And then I put a tree border up here because there were so many trees. And then my title is on there, and I matted it 3 times in blue, pink, and yellow. And then I was going to cut this part off of the photo because there was just so much tree on the top. But I decided once I cut it off to use it. So I matted the photo larger. I spread that part up, but first of all, I punched it with star border punch all across, and then I added some little tiny yellow gems so that they would sparkle when you move, and it works like nighttime because it is prom night, sort of. So I thought that was really cute. Just a different thing to do, that's all. So I repeated that paper on the bottom, and then I put all these prom couples, silhouettes of them in blue. I used a subtle watercolor paper for this because they were sort of big. I didn't want them to be plain. That's just a single page. I don't do very many single pages. So now she's off to college, to university. So Dad had to take all her stuff to Halifax. So that was a long road trip from Toronto to the East Coast. So she and her mom flew out, and he took the car full of all her stuff. So this is the trip, and now they're in Halifax there. So this is a border print paper that I just cut and tucked the photo inside. Here's a coordinating paper that goes with that. And then I found a coordinate in a smaller print than this, and then a smaller border type print. So I repeated that as a frame over here so that it all coordinates. And this corner looked like these leaves, so that's why I used that. Put a little title, at college, and added just little tiny tags up there and little ephemera things around. Picture perfect. So that's just a paper. You don't, a lot of the pads now have big border prints, and then they'll have writing in the middle or something, and you just cover it with a photo or cut a circle or a square out and put some other paper back there. That's how to use those papers. So they're all there setting her up for university. So I guess they went out to dinner to this club or restaurant, and it's all pink and purple. So that's why I chose this paper. And then this is a Kiwi Lane border. I inked the edges of that. It's just a tone on tone on this pink and purple paper. And then I found another coordinate and cut a big circle to put behind, just for interest. It could be the moon at night, because this is obviously at night. And I got a new border punch with these banner tags, so I filled this corner with those. And then did some boxes and put all kinds of school-related things, ephemera that I had, typewriter, whatever, all kinds of school things. Put my title, she's off to university, and let's celebrate. So, cute. And now here's her dorm room. All done. Whoops. Here we go. So that's her dorm room, such as it is. She has a nice big window there. And a new friend, I thought, so she's met someone already. Now, this is, I just picked, this is all blue, and this is kind of peachy. I don't know, the walls look kind of peachy, so I found this print that I liked and then coordinated the background with it, and a blue and white, a blue stripe, and a blue floral, just in stripes for the background. 2 panels over here on the outside edge, and then placed my photos, had room for a title up here, ephemera here, more school pencil case. This is kids at school here. New friends title and some more ephemera backpack, and there's the schoolhouse, or the dorm. Anyway, it worked for me. It's cute. Now, Halifax is a Canadian port city on the Atlantic Ocean, and so they went swimming in the ocean, and they came up with, there was starfish all over them. I was amazed by that. I think they were too. So I had this beautiful paper with sea turtles and seahorses and fish. So it was a really pretty pad. I think it's from Hobby Lobby. So I used some of that paper in the middle here, a watercolor type beachy paper at the back, and then the starfish paper on this border along the bottom. I found a beautiful starfish frame, a wreath type frame, so I used that on this page. I love it. And then I found a starfish border in Design Space as well, and a title. So I used all those, spread them around, 1, 2, 3. Then I used ephemera from Creative Memories that had starfish and snails and fish and turtles. Just made a really pretty beach page with this, with their starfish. My gosh, they even have them on their cheeks. They must have positioned them for the photo. Nervy. I wouldn't have gone in that water if I'd known there was starfish there. So my son drove to Halifax with all her stuff, as I said. So he took some selfie photos on his trip to his road trip. So there's some lighthouses and sailboats. This is the whole harbor. And then this is the waterfront too. So I did put a border right on top of the photo because it was just water and a bit of land there. There's a lighthouse right there. So I put it right on top of the photo because I really like that border with sailboats. Anyway, this page I have a long border top to bottom, and then a wider one that's not quite all the way. And I used lighthouse paper for a background there and added an orange border on top and bottom of that. Then I cut out little boxes and put some paper in them. This has anchors and I found an image of a lighthouse. It was cute. And put a title, Halifax Harbor. And then some just ephemera that I had for travel. So that's another page. Oh, just ephemera all over. Here's another one. And this is Halifax Harbor at night. Now there's all these pubs and restaurants all along there with the mini lights, so that's what gave me the idea to use these lights. So this is Party Central for all the university kids, I think. There's images of my son took of his trip again in Halifax. And so I used travel paper for cruising. that I had bought for my cruise, and it was perfect for this because it's on the water with sailboats everywhere. And this is cocktail paper, party paper. That was good because that's what I'm sure they were all out for dinner there. And then I have a border punch that has sailboats on it. So I used it here and there on the page. Did a big sailboat up here and lifted the sails and clustered some ephemera here and there. And I put a sun. On this paper, there was a sun behind here, but it was so faded you couldn't see it. So I put a sun setting here myself and put some enamel dots around it. So that's the Halifax page. So you're getting some beach pages in here with Grad. So here's another Grad, and this is another a grandniece of mine. That's her mom, that's the niece, and that's a family friend. So she just graduated. So we have green outfits here and green trees and everything. So I found just paper with green. I liked this. So I used this print, this all over print, and then this is a coordinate in a small print. So it worked. And then I ran a border down this side and used this paper for frames on both sides and repeated it in a border here. So I like putting these little word messages on my photos or under them or around them. I love doing that. I don't know, because I don't journal. I hate journaling. So it's like homework to me, so I don't do it. But these words are nice for me. If I ever found a lot of them, I'd love it. So, okay, officially documented. That's her grad. She's graduated from kinesiology and cardiac ultrasound. Good on her. So, in these boxes, I just put all kinds of Grad images, and I emboss them so they show up a little better. So that's that page. And this is the same day. We went up to visit them, and so there's me and my sister-in-law and my niece and that family friend. So I did use book border paper. I got this collection of, I think it's Academia or something, and so I love the book borders. So I added that to this. This is just tags, 1, 2, 3 tags on a border, and then a cluster all around here. We were in a yard with trees, so I wanted to use this border, and it had pink in it, so I went with the pink. And I used a great big circle punch for backgrounds on both of these pages. And then I just did like the borders to the right and the borders, or to the left rather, and to the right tags, a bunch of tags making on each side of the photo, making them different, and a cluster up here. With a tree, I used it's a tree punch. I like that tree actually. So I added some leaves. I have a die that had these leaves, so that just added to my cluster. Another pretty page, school theme, could be for Grad. And then another niece graduated. This is a grade 8 graduation. Busy year for grads. So on this page, she is homeschooled, this girl, so they did a whole photo shoot. And she has changing outfits and all set up, staged all out in the backyard. So it's a beautiful photo shoot. Some of them are not Grad pictures, but they're just stunning. So I had a lot of fun doing this professional photos with a photo shoot. And with all the outfit changes and that, it was amazing. So I did a border of houses because she's homeschooled as an homage to that. And then this is just repeating 3 different papers in, I guess they're 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2-inch stripes. Then I used a ruler border here. And this is the Creative Memories book border that I mentioned. I backed it with another paper that coordinated with the background paper as well. Did this in navy because she's wearing tartan. I don't know, navy tartan in there. And then this frame is a Simple Stories, probably, chipboard frame. It may have been for another occasion and I covered it up, but it was the right color that I need. Oh, here, it's a school one. Right there. So, because that's attached to it. So that worked perfectly. And then I just added the owl, because I think the owls are, I don't know, something to do with being smart. And then I had stickers, old stickers that were lockers, and the bell, and Saved by the Bell, and a clock, and books. These are from academia, a collection I have. So that worked out well for me. I really like that page. It's cute. Okay. And this is the same girl in a change of outfit for her grad. So I did another plaid dress. And then I just used tags going horizontal in 1, 2, 3 different papers. And this is a border that has the letters in handwriting and script. I don't know that these kids can read script, though, nowadays. Anyway, this collection of academia collection has these beautiful antique-like desks, and I just love those things. And I also added a computer one there. So I did a grouping here, and nice frames on these photos in a bold print. And this is another school frame. So I put it behind and then I cut it here so I could leave that on there. Added another, just a grad hat on there. So that was fun, and I really liked this page. The fall colors in the trees were quite nice. So that was lovely. Now this is another, so she's in the tartan again. One, she has the hat on and one she doesn't. So with the colors behind her is what made me choose these papers. And then I coordinated it with the green. I pulled the green from that. And these are Creative Memories embellishments that I used all over. I cut that in half and I used the other half here. These are perfect for just on top. I like layering, so they added layers to my borders that I had used before. This was just I think it's 8-inch paper. It might be 6 by 8 paper that I had in a package. And I just loved the colors with this. It just worked for me. So I had book border again, and a clipboard, and more graduation robe, more books, Dare to Dream. It's just whatever ephemera you have, you can do in clusters here and there. So that's the end of my graduation pages. You'll find these in Everyday Life Scrapbook number 57 on my website if you want to copy any of these pages because you like the ideas. Thanks so much for watching. Happy scrapping.